Okay, guys, MStep ELA is tomorrow, so I need you to prep for it. So the MStep has given us just a practice classroom activity to get your brains wrapped around it. I'm going to be showing you some monuments, so obviously it's going to be about monuments and landmarks. So today we will prepare for the monuments and landmarks performance task. First, a monument is a structure built in remembrance of a person or event. The monuments we'll look at today memorialize important people or events in history. To memorialize is to do or create something that causes people to remember a person or event. Can anyone think of an example of a famous monument? Yes? Maybe
Mount
some.
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, yes.
The Washington Monument.
Washington Monument, yes. Iwo Jima.
The Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Statue of Liberty.
That was
Memorialize.
France.
Does it memorialize important people or events?
No, not really.
Kind of not, right? It was a gift, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
JFK Memorial.
JFK Memorial? Where is
It's like a
that?
big tower.
John F. Kennedy. It's in Washington.
Okay, yes.
The Washington Museum.
Abraham, the Lincoln Memorial, absolutely. The Kennedy one, I'm trying to know what it is.
It's like this big.
That's the Washington Monument, right. I wonder if there is a JFK one, I don't know about it, yes.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how many of you are going to Washington DC this somewhat? Nice, okay. So you'll see plenty of monuments for people, for events. World War II is there. You'll see the Vietnam, you'll see Korean, you'll see lots of war memorials. Anyway, sometimes a memorial is placed as a landmark, an object that is easily recognized, to identify the location where the important event has happened. However, not all landmarks are created. Some are simply land features, such as the Grand Canyon. What else?
The parks in
Yellowstone.
Yellow.
Park, good, yes.
Mount Everest.
What? Yes, right, yes. Niagara Falls. Okay, good. All right. Think about why each one might have been built, what you know about it, and any reactions you might have to it. Let me take you I'm going to take you on a virtual tour. I'm going to show you a few. So here's the first one. I've never seen this one. I'm pretty excited to see it this summer. And I really want to understand the significance of that coming out of that rock. It's an interesting thing. Display and describe one picture at a time, allowing students to see it. Okay, what do we know about this Martin Luther King Memorial? Yes?
About Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. What else do you know? Not a lot of knowledge about this one, right? Yes? It's made out of rock. It looks like it's made right out of rock, isn't it? What's it say on there?
I was a drum major for Justice Peace and Right.
Mrs. Grant.
Yeah.
JFK Memorial's in Dallas.
Oh, okay. I know in DC that's where he's buried. You'll see that, but so there is one in Dallas. I assume right where it's shot, right? Okay. Anything else? What do we think that it's made out of rock, right? Any emotional response to this? What do you think the significance of that coming out of that big rock is? Yes.
Well, it might show like how he kind of came out and spoke his mind.
He spoke his mind.
He was the one rock that came out of the mountain.
Interesting, yeah. So, okay, let's look at another one.
This rock is different.
Oh, okay. Guys, can somebody turn, oh, you got it there. All right. Next one. This is Paul Revere. This is in Boston.
Under the orange poster.
Honey, over there. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's look at this Paul Revere in Boston, Massachusetts. So, let's ask the same questions. What do you know about this monument? Or this subject? Yes?
That he was the British are coming.
I couldn't hear what?
He said the British are coming.
Okay. Yes? Nothing? Yes?
Kids got arrested for throwing eggs at it. I saw an article.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yes?
Well, his famous ride was the night runners.
Oh, good, yes. Midnight ride?
Well, I heard this one thing. It was like if the horse has like one leg up, I forget what that means. But if it's like on its back legs and they like died in battle, I forget what.
Oh, you know what, when we go out to Gettysburg, you sure will find all that information out, yeah.
Where there's
Yeah.
ghosts.
Any more on Paul Revere? Why do you think they constructed this monument?
Because he's saving.
Yes,
humanity.
Robert?
Yeah, because he saved a bunch of people.
So
Say-
the,
Let people know who is coming, right? And when you look at this monument, say we went and visited this monument, what emotional response would you have to this? Is there,
I would be happy because
you'd be happy?
He rode
Good.
along the east.
Maddie, what do you think?
He won.
Yes?
Is that one of the cities they actually rode through, like where that is?
If it is, do you think that they'd have an emotional response to that?
Yeah, like he actually was like there.
If you guys think that, like for me in Washington DC, I have emotional response to a lot of them, like Vietnam. When you go to that big wall with all the names, when you go to the Korean monument, you'll see a long granite panel, and from it you'll see it looks like shadows and pictures and faces of all the people that were lost in the Korean War. Definitely, you could have an emotional response to that, right? Okay, another one.
see if I can find his name. See if I can find his name.
Mount St. Helen. Okay. So what do you know about this landmark, Mount St. Helen?
It's a volcano. It's a volcano.
It's a volcano inside of
Isn't it in Washington?
It's large.
I know.
An ash storm, good. Can I have all voices stop? I need to have you as a group, please. What emotional response do you have to this? How would you react to this landmark? Yes,
It made a lot of destruction when it erupted.
okay, more, yes? Awestruck, how huge it is and how unbelievable nature is, right? Nice job.
So that was gonna stop.
Okay. We may not give much thought to the construction of monuments we see today, but a lot of planning and collaboration or people working together are needed before a monument is built. An artist's design must be accepted, community groups must approve it, and the government must be sure there's enough money to fund or pay for it through construction. All right. Now that we have discussed the purposes of monuments and landmarks, it's your turn to become virtual tour guides. Hold on, let me put this one up.
I don't know what video.
Okay. So this is the Alamo Centigraph Memorial. Look at the photograph of the Alamo Centigraph Cenotaph Memorial and listen as I read the information displayed below. As I read it, think about the purpose that it has served over the past and present, whether it was human-made, naturally occurring, and the emotional response it may cause in others. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. This is a picture of the Alamo Cenotaph Memorial located in Alamo Plaza in San Antonio, Texas. Its rectangular base is made of granite. On the top of the base, surrounding the marble shaft of the monument, are carvings of the soldiers who defended the Alamo in 1836. The monument is 60 feet high. In San Antonio, Texas, the Alamo Cenotaph memorializes the men who defended the 1836 mission during the Battle of the Alamo. The 60-foot-high marble tower is titled The Spirit of Sacrifice. It acts as a landmark of the spot where many brave defenders were laid to rest after the battle. Decorated along the sides of the cenotaph are carvings of the Alamo defenders. A list of the names of defenders wraps around the monument, including famous men like Davy Crockett and Jim Bowie. Visitors from around the country come to see the Alamo Cenotaph with a sense of patriotism to honor these past defenders of the United States. How many of you have been to San Antonio? spent a lot of time in San Antonio going, did you go through the Alamo itself? I mean, you can still see holes from rifle shots and guns, and it's unbelievable there. And the Alamo River, the river that goes through the San Antonio River is beautiful. Okay, what purpose, let me make sure. What purpose does the Alamo Cenotaph Memorial serve? Elizabeth.
To remind people of patriotism.
Yep. Remind people, right, of what they gave up, others. Okay. How was this purpose achieved? How did you achieve this purpose of showing others what has happened through the past? Yes.
Provide the name of it and then the size as well.
The size, the name, yes.
Yeah, like all the names are on the side.
All the names that are on it. And if you can't see, they're right here, all the names of the people that defended the Alamo. Is the cenotaph a human-made or naturally occurring? Human-made. What's the importance about its location? Yes?
Because that's where they like all died.
That's where they died, absolutely. And what emotional response does the cenotaph cause its visitors? Yes?
Well, maybe like people's family, like maybe died in that like great.
Absolutely. You will learn more about monuments and landmarks in the performance task, guys. In the performance task you will be completing. Monuments are a way to memorialize important people or events in history. You're now ready to complete the performance task. So let's talk a little bit more. You're going to be going to DC. You're going to see so many monuments. That's my favorite day. When we go, we spend the whole day looking at all the monuments. From Einstein's monument. Hopefully we're going to, I assume we'll go there. Washington Monument. You'll see the history of the monument where you'll look at it and it's different colors on the bottom half and lighter on the top half because it sat halfway completed for 40-some years. You'll learn all about that kind of stuff. You'll go to all the war memorials, which are heart-wrenching. For me, I know that when we go up to see JFK's grave, that's an emotional response for me because I remember when he was killed. I mean, I was like 5 years old, but I remember watching it on TV. And so as you go through it this summer and as you work on this tomorrow, I want you to think about the emotional response. Instead of just shutting it out and looking at it as just a monument, but look at it for what it really is and what it stands for and who, I mean, think about who fought for all this, fought for the Alamo. Remember reading all that stuff going down to the Alamo. It was a really great place. San Antonio is a beautiful city, sitting on the river. Questions? Questions about tomorrow's? Okay, you can stop.